Hi parents, just wanted to go over a few of the math concepts that we're going to be working on or already started working on this particular quarter so that you kind of understand the expectations that students are going to be expected to know and be able to do. The first thing that we started this week, and I don't think I can flip my camera, we started working with the arm balances. You can see it there. So students got two objects, both cylinders, and they were asked to hold one in each hand and make an estimate of which one they thought was going to be heavier, and then they actually had to put it in the arm balance, turn my camera here, and decide which one was heavier. And that's really all they have to do for their assessment, is be able to identify which side is heavier and then tell me it's heavier because that side of the arm balance goes down and lighter side stays up. Last week we started working on these. These are like the scattered array pieces. We have to do scattered arrays, linear arrays, the ones in lines, and the circular arrays. And so students are going to have to be showing that they can accurately count and then write a number that accurately matches each array. So what we found last week was students could easily count and attain the right number, but what we're working on is still writing the number correctly, not transposing numbers, and then understanding that a 6 is a 6, a 9 is a 9, not flipping, those types of things. Rote counting to 31 is the expectation for quarter 2. So as long as your child can rote count out loud 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way up to 31, then that will be enough for that expectation. The piece that we started today is counting over decade numbers. Decade numbers end in zeros, so when we're talking about skip counting by tens. But what a lot of kids have a hard time doing is, I'm trying to find a match here, is from 39, what's the next decade number? So they have to be able to count over these decade numbers, and that's what holds them up. So if I have 39, I've got 40 there. That's what holds children up when they're counting. They get 39, and then they're not saying the 30s anymore, and it confuses them, and so they'll skip to 50 or 60 or something like that. And so we're trying to teach them those decade numbers. So they're going to be able to have to count to 100 before the end of the year. They're going to have to cross all these decade numbers. So what I built this week, you can see they're on there in 2 different colors. So we're playing matching games this week. They flip over 1 green card and 1 yellow card and see if those crossing over the decade numbers match. So if I've got flip over 39, if I flip over 40, then I have a match. And that's something easy you can make at home to help your children practice counting over those decade numbers and kind of identifying them. And what's really happening is when you get to 39 and you count to 40, you're making a new set of 10. So we're trying to get them to identify that 9, and now I'm making a new set of 10. So the tens place number goes up by 1. And that 9 disappears because now there's nothing in the ones place because I've got a new bundle of 10. So it's just a way that I'm trying to describe that to them. So there's a couple pieces that our math concept is going over these last few weeks. We've done weight, we're working on the scattered arrays, linear arrays, and circular, and we're also practicing, again, a lot of that counting, rote counting, and counting over the decade numbers. I hope that that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.